Hello, everybody. David Kraus, co-founder of HomeAware. HomeAware is a non-invasive noise monitoring solution for the vacation rental industry. I'm an Airbnb host here in Dallas, ranked in the top 5% in the nation. I have 6 properties, and last year I was making 20 grand a month off these properties. But there was a problem. I received a cease and desist letter in the mail. This is how I found out about my Airbnb guests who threw a massive party. They threw a massive party and I didn't know about it, and I found out this way. With that notification, I had to end up selling this property for the loss of $11,000. After losing that property, I realized I had a problem with all my other ones. I was still unaware of what was going on. So I did what any one of you would do. I went to Google. I Googled it. Noise complaints, Airbnb, noise monitor, nothing. There were no solutions available. So I looked a little further, and all I could find were headlines. Headlines all across the country of Airbnb hosts like me getting burned by their guests. From San Francisco to Austin to New York, even the New York Times was picking up on this story. In fact, 1 out of every 1,000 Airbnb nights booked ends up in a noise complaint. And with 17 million nights booked on Airbnb this past summer, it's no surprise that we were seeing all these headlines. So I thought I was covered. I tried my best to vet my guests, and what ended up happening, same thing again. Another Airbnb guest, and this time at my favorite Airbnb. Through another party, I found out about it too late and ended up having to sell that property too for a bigger loss. I thought to myself, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, get creative and figure out a solution. So that's exactly what I did. I called the best electrical engineer I know, my co-founder, Andrew Schultz, and we huddled up in the garage and decided to invent the solution. So we put our heads together and said we need 3 critical components to build a solution. Number 1, we needed a decibel sensor. A decibel sensor would give us a reading for the noise level in the units. Number 2, we needed instant notifications. Notifications 2 days later don't help you. Instant notifications. And number 3, it had to be non-recording. We're not willing to violate the privacy of our guests. So just like the smoke detector on the ceiling, only concerned with levels of smoke that are too high, we're only concerned with levels of sound that are too high. We don't make any recordings. We protect our guest privacy. With this solution in hand, we finally emerged from that garage with a prototype. These prototypes were almost ready to be installed in the remaining Airbnbs. They just needed one more test, the party test. So we thought, why not? Let's invite all our friends over to my house on a Friday night and test the device. The data you see here was the first party we threw with a HomeAware installed, and it was a success on 2 levels. Number 1, it proved that HomeAware worked, and number 2, it proved that even at age 31, I still got it. I could still throw a good party. So now we got in the car, headed over to my other Airbnbs, and that's where we are right now. Welcome to my Airbnb, everybody. We now have a HomeAware installed. This is what would have happened that first night had I had a HomeAware installed. So my guests arrive at 9 p.m., and they start to have a couple Heinekens, no big deal. More guests arrive, but now they're cranking the music. Understand that my building has quiet hours at 10 p.m., and I've told my guests this naturally. But their music is up, so HomeAware senses that music and immediately sends me a text message. That's the beauty. That's where I get my awareness, and I can then take a preventative action and avoid the noise complaint. So I call my Airbnb guest and let her know that quiet hours, kindly remind her that quiet hours started at 10 p.m., and also suggest an awesome bar up the street where happy hours already started and she can head there with her friends and take the noise with her. She was happy to do so, so they depart. HomeAware then lets me know that the noise level has come down. It's no longer a danger zone noise violation, and my Airbnb lives another day. So, it is my distinct pleasure to announce for the first time publicly that HomeAware will be available this February for just $10 a month. So how do we bring this solution to the 6.1 million vacation rental properties across the United States and Europe? Well, the gatekeepers to those vacation rental properties are the managers, the vacation rental managers. And this is the fastest growing segment of the travel industry. There is a great need here. So we joined the Vacation Rental Managers Association and now have access to 8,000 companies that on average represent 137 properties. With each one of these properties, on average, they're generating $27,000 per month. And so our solution allows these managers to protect revenue streams of $27,000 a month with just a $10 a month fee for HomeAware. At the conferences we went to earlier this year, the Vacation Rental Managers Association and HomeAware conferences, we interviewed 60 managers, 38 of which had active noise complaint issues. We were shocked. That's 2/3. Now, these 38 managers represented almost 7,000 properties now in danger. So we talked to 9 of these managers, and brought them into our pilot program. Our pilot program has them trying our product, evaluating our product, with the potential to roll it out to their 610 represented properties. This is our 2016 roadmap. We know that the key to launching our product is getting in front of our target market, the managers. So we've gone ahead and signed up for all 5 of the major conferences this year, including HomeAware Software, ResFest, and Airbnb Open. And we'll be meeting and in front of 1,000 managers who represent 100,000 properties. We're going to make a big splash at these conferences and help this industry solve this need. So who's going to do it? It's the all-star team right here. We're going to do it. Andrew is the workbench junkie who's bringing our hardware and software solution to life. I'm the vacation rental manager. I've lived this problem, I've had this problem, and now I've solved this problem. I'm going to passionately bring our solution to these conferences and to this industry. Our all-star advisor team is a group of vacation rental professionals and hardware gurus who are helping us bring this product to market in 2016. I'd like to go back to that moment where I was Googling, looking for a noise monitor. The only options out there were either too expensive, too invasive, but critically, they didn't have that notification capability. That's why we designed HomeAware with the specific ability to notify me of a noise disturbance when I needed to know it. Point might be our closest competitor. They were kickstarted last year, have not yet made it to market, and they're focused on the homeowner. They won't scale with a vacation rental manager. Again, ADT and Dropcam, they're too big, they don't focus on the right problem. So HomeAware is raising $400,000 to build and sell 4,250 sensors this year, reach economies of scale to gain better unit economics as our batch size grows, and end up cash flow positive at the end of the year. Again, my name is David Kraus, co-founder of HomeAware. We've solved the noise awareness issue in the vacation rental industry, and I thank you for your time. Sorry, one last thing. I want to know if any of you guys have a vacation rental home or a second home that you'd like to install HomeAware, because we'd be happy to help you too. Thank you.